Game one of this four-game set went to the Rangers, who took advantage of tribe miscues for a 7-4 win. Game two features a must-see pitching matchup as Justin Masterson tries to get a victory here in June after a winless May. Don't bug out. It's the Indians and Rangers next on Sports Time Ohio. It's another gorgeous night in downtown Cleveland for a ball game here tonight. Game two in this four-game series between the Tribe and the Rangers getting set at Progressive Field. Good evening and welcome into our broadcast. Along with Rick Manning, I'm Al Pulowski. And Rick, the story last night in game one of this four-game series was the bottom portion of the Rangers' order. Hitters 6 through 9 incredible, especially Endy Chavez, who had 4 hits.
Well, he had 4 hits, and he sparked a couple of 3-run innings for the Texas Rangers. Hitting down in the bottom part of the lineup, they had 2 infield hits, had an extra base hit. The 2 hits in the 5th and the 6th inning that he had, really 2 big innings, 3-run innings. The Indians had a 3-0 lead. Carrasco couldn't hold him down, so he sparked the rest of that ball club. They held on to win.
Yeah, look at hitters 6 through 9, Rick. 8 for 14 is a killer.
Well, it certainly is. Anytime the bottom part of your lineup can come up and add that much spark to a lineup, you're in for some trouble, especially against the Texas Rangers, because the big boys can hit the long ball.
Yeah, there's no question about that. And tonight, pretty good pitching matchup we have for you as we take a look at it now. That's brought to you by Jeep Brand. We don't just make SUVs, we make history. Ogando against Masterson.
Well, Alexei Ogando, the number 4 guy, he went into the rotation from spring training. He was going to be their closer. They had an injury, and look at this. He's 5-0 to start the year, the only pitcher left undefeated. He will match up against Justin Masterson, who's looking for his first win since April 28th. He didn't have a bad month of May. He just had 2 bad starts against Tampa. But I'll tell you, he's got to turn it around. His fastball was moving all over the zone in his last start. He's going to try and tighten it down tonight and get the Indians a win.
All right, it's a battle of division leaders here tonight. The Indians and the Rangers. The starting lineups and all the play-by-play action coming up next on STO. It's a battle of first-place teams here tonight on Fireworks Night at Progressive Field. The Indians top spot in the AL Central against the Rangers, top spot in the American League West, and Texas has been very good on this current road trip. They've won 4 of their last 5. Look at some of the fans as they're getting ready for tonight's game. Justin Masterson on the hill for the Tribe, and let's get a look at the lineup he'll be facing from the Texas Rangers tonight as they try to make it 2 in a row over the Tribe. And Ian Kinsler will lead it off, then Elvis Andrus. Hamilton's in the 3-hole. Michael Young at DH has been hitting very well this year, especially on the road, as you can see there by those numbers. Beltre hitting 5th, and Cruz, Moreland, Napoli, and Chavez, who had 4 hits last night.
Justin Masterson making his 12th start this year. His record 5-3 and an ERA of just a hair over 3. He is looking for a win. He did not get one in the month of May, and he pitched very well. He had 6 starts. The only 2 starts he had trouble with were against the Tampa Bay Rays. He gave up 7 runs in his last start in 5 innings, and a start before, 3 starts prior to that on May 12th here, 5 2/3 innings, 5 runs. So in his career, 0-2 against the Rangers, so he's looking to get into that win column. Both starts coming last year. Let's take a look at the Indians' defense, brought to you by Pat O'Brien Chevrolet, saluting the men and women defending our country and watching on the Armed Forces Network. In the outfield, Buck is in left, Brantley in center, Chu is in right. Everett, there was a bump there, Hanahan out of the lineup, a little sore left hamstring. As Drubel is at short, Orlando at second, Laporte is at first, Santana behind the dish.
And the umpires for tonight's game: behind the plate, Jeff Kellogg, Eric Cooper at first, Tim Timmons at second base, Mark Carlson at third. And we are just about ready for the first pitch here tonight. Tribe and Rangers, Justin Masterson on the hill, looking for his first win since April. But as Rick told you in the open, hasn't pitched that badly.
No, he hasn't. It's a matter of getting a little run support. And in his last start, his fastball, he really didn't have command with it.
And Kinsler steps in.
It'll be a different game tonight. Locating that fastball, getting ahead of the hitters, and getting him to chase his breaking ball.
Masterson working fast, quickly 2 strikes to Kinsler. His ERA in those 6 games, Rick, 3.79, so it would tell you he probably should have a couple of wins in there somewhere. There's a shot to left field by Kinsler, and it is a foul ball. He stuck the bat out to get a piece.
Well, in the protect mode. Right there, 0-2 count, and he really just throws his bat out, was fooled on the pitch on the 0-2 pitch, and comes awfully close here to finding some chalk.
Kinsler 0 for his last 7 in the last couple of games. His average now down to 233.
This is a guy, though, that you want to see him down. He can get hot, and when he is hot, he can do damage as a leadoff hitter. He can hit for power, doubles. He can steal bases.
That pitch on the outside corner. Pretty pitch from Masterson. Kinsler's a strikeout victim, out number 1 here in the first inning.
Let's check this out on our Time Warner Cable pitch tracker, and it's a good fastball away. He must have been sitting on the breaking ball. Masterson hits the outside corner. He goes down, window shopping. Strikeout number 1.
So 1 away for Texas here in the first inning. Elvis Andrus sitting second in the lineup tonight. He was 1 for 5 last night with an RBI, a run, and a stolen base. Masterson pounding that strike zone early.
It was funny because the Rangers last night were totally different. They were aggressive early against Carrasco, where he had, a 6 and a 10 pitch inning in the first 2 innings. Now they look like they're trying to be a little more patient here with Masterson.
And as he did with Kinsler, gets ahead of Andrus 0-2.
Boy, you love that when he can get ahead of you, because his ball moves so much. He can definitely make you chase balls out of the zone.
As Andrus does there, he's strikeout victim number 2. 2 quick outs here in the first inning for Texas.
Well, there you go. Look at the movement. Good sinker down in the zone. Hitters, they have to protect, swing over the top.
Now Josh Hamilton steps in with 2 outs and nobody on. First pitch swinging, fouls it back. You talk about how important Josh Hamilton is for the Texas Rangers this year. With Hamilton in the lineup, the Rangers are 16-5. With Hamilton out of the lineup, they're 15-21. A completely different ball club.
Well, take an MVP out, and he adds so much to the hitters around him. But just getting back into the swing of things. He's only been back 10 games and hasn't really gotten into it. He hit a home run in his first at-bat back, but has sort of scuffled, but pretty good numbers against Justin.
Didn't want to there, but fouled it off. 1-2 now to Josh Hamilton. Masterson with 11 pitches this inning, 9 of them for strikes. And he'll try to finish off Hamilton. Josh just reaches out and punches that one to left field. It's a fair ball. It'll go to the corner. Hamilton on his way to second base, and he's in easily with a stand-up double here with 2 outs in the first inning.
Well, you can see what Hamilton, he did not try and do too much with it, and that's just good hitting. That's all Masterson would give him, and he just slapped it. He didn't try and do anything else. That ball was out off the plate by 6 inches. And, I mean, he just slaps it that way, and it goes as a double. That was a good pitch by Masterson. Not much he could do there. Hamilton has had good success, and it continues.
That's the 9th double this year already, Rick, for Hamilton in limited action.
2-out double.
Just his 22nd game. Now Michael Young, who's 0 for 6 in his career against Masterson, and he looks at strike one. The numbers on Michael Young. Masterson jumps ahead of him 0-2. So after Masterson struck out Kinsler and Andrus, Hamilton with the double, and now Justin trying to work out of this inning without any damage. And a swing and a foul tip caught by Santana. So Masterson strikes out the side in the first inning. Nothing across for the Rangers. Indians coming to bat. Progressive Field. Time now to take a look at the Indians starting lineup presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. And Brantley will lead it off, followed by Asdrubal Cabrera, then Chu. Santana, who's been on a tear in his last 7 games. Sizemore, the DH, again in the 5-hole. Orlando Cabrera, Buck Laporta, and Everett, a late replacement for Jack Hanahan.
27-year-old right-hander Alexei Ogando will be making his 11th start. Going into spring training, he was initially going to be their closer this year when they were going to put Neftali Feliz into the rotation. There was an injury coming out of spring training. He goes into the number 4 spot, and the rest, they say, is history.
And he delivers strike one to Michael Brantley.
He is 5-0, the only undefeated pitcher left, making his 11th start.
Brantley swings and hits that one high in the air to short left field. Hamilton in. And he'll call off the shortstop Elvis Andrus and make the catch for the first out here tonight for the Tribe.
Let's take a look at the Home Depot doing more on defense. Texas defense tonight. Hamilton on the left, Chavez in center, Cruz is in right. Beltre at third, Andrus at short, Kinsler at second, Moreland is at first, Napoli behind the plate. More savings, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Gorgeous night tonight in downtown Cleveland. Fans still filing through the gates on fireworks night here tonight. Tribe and Rangers, and Asdrubal Cabrera. First pitch swing is an out, 1-3. And quickly the Indians have 2 outs here in the first inning. And they still They're still buying tickets and coming in. Great walk-up crowd again here tonight, Rick. We've had some great walk-up crowds this year.
Well, they should be. The way the Indians are playing, you've got a good opponent in town this weekend, the Texas Rangers. You got fireworks tonight, fireworks tomorrow. Why not? Come and watch a ball game.
And see the team with the best record in Major League Baseball and maybe the top record in the American League for most of this season. Shin-Soo Choo at the plate. 2 outs, nobody on here in the first inning.
Boy, you can see that gets up there in a hurry, about a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Sort of a short armor, Alan, and what happens, it gets on you so quickly. Watch it, he just rushes this ball past Choo in a hurry. Tied him up, didn't give him any swinging room whatsoever.
And strike 3. So Ogando throws 6 pitches in the first inning. They're all strikes. Indians down in order. We go to the second, scoreless at Progressive Field. Is brought to you by McDonald's. What's sweet and tart, cool and refreshing? McDonald's McCafe Frozen Strawberry Lemonade. By your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. And by AT&T. And as it is another gorgeous night here tonight in downtown Cleveland, the fans, bit festive atmosphere in the air. Friday night baseball at Progressive Field. Friday night has been very good to the Tribe, and 4 straight wins here at home on Friday night, Rick, the last 4.
Well, let's hope that continues tonight.
Masterson with the strike. Combined pitches now for Ogando and Masterson. 22 so far. 20 of those for strikes. And that pitch inside to Adrian Beltre. This was a nice pickup for the Rangers in the offseason. 43 runs batted in for Beltre.
Well, you knew he would fit into this lineup nicely.
And he hits that one high and deep to left field. Back goes Buck. Near the wall, he leaps and he makes the catch.
Nice.
Buck against the wall, hauls it in.
He was feeling for the wall. He put that hand back there to see. He knew he was getting close, and then at the last minute jumps. Almost looked from our angle that it deflected off the wall, but he was able to put it away. Umpire called it out. This is going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. Watch him feel for it. He knows he's close. He jumps up, makes a nice catch just on top of the padding. Out number 1. Good play.
So Travis Buck with a stellar job in left for the first out. Now Nelson Cruz, strike 1 on him. Boy, and you love to see that as a pitcher when your defense can make a play like that behind you.
Well, when you come out and you pound the strike zone like he did in the first inning, those guys are ready to play defense. You get good plays made behind you.
And Masterson working fast, works ahead of Nelson Cruz, now 1-2.
You know, with this is just what Masterson needed. after his last start where he couldn't command anything. But I'll tell you what, he's feeling it tonight.
And Cruz caught looking. Strikeout number 4 tonight for Justin Masterson.
That's the one thing that Josh Tomlin does every game. He comes out, he toes the rubber, he works quickly, he throws strikes. You get good defense played behind you. Tonight, Masterson pounding the strike zone. 18 strikes out of 22 pitches. Already his 4th strikeout. 2 of them have been called.
So now Mitch Moreland will bat with nobody on. 2 outs here in the 2nd inning. And Moreland has hit safely in 7 of his last 8 games. He's 13 of 26 during that time. And he lines that one to right center field. That's a base hit. Brantley trying to cut it off does. And he'll hold Moreland to a long single. And a nice job by Brantley to get that ball and get it in.
Second straight inning where they had a 2-out hit. That pitch, he left it middle of the plate. And Moreland does damage to it. Little line drive. Michael does a nice job cutting it off, keeping it a single on the backhanded side.
That'll bring Mike Napoli to the plate. And he takes strike 1 from Justin Masterson. Well, Napoli's only hitting .225, but he has 10 home runs this year.
Yeah, he's supplied some pretty good power. Also 25 ribbies. For Masterson this year, he has dominated right-handed batters. Just a 162 clip coming into today. Lefties have hit 304, and both hits he's given up have come to left-handers.
1-1 here to Napoli, the former Angel. And he takes strike 2.
Yeah, but Texas got him by way of Toronto.
Right.
Giving up Frank Francisco for him, the reliever.
Masterson ahead of him here, 1-2. That'll even the count. Napoli didn't play last night. Good defensive catcher, too. Texas 11-5 in his starts behind the plate. And now the count runs full to Napoli. There's Endy Chavez. 4 hits last night for Chavez. He would be next. This good crowd comes to life. The payoff pitch. And Napoli hits that one to right center. It's a base hit. Moreland around second. He'll go to third. And that'll put runners at the corners now with 2 outs here in the 2nd inning for the Rangers.
Well, Napoli a good job of battling the right-hander to stay alive. So 3 2-out hits already for the Rangers. That's when they did their damage last night, is with 2 outs. That pitch was upstairs, but Napoli a good low ball hitter, but just went the other way with it. Now you're going to give the hot guy a chance with 2 outs. Did all the damage last night.
Well, he sure did. Endy Chavez, 4 for 4 last night. Had a triple, an RBI, 2 runs scored, and a stolen base. And takes ball 1. Chavez on this current Texas road trip. And this is their 6th game away from home tonight on this trip, batting .538, 7 for 13.
Well, he was taking the place for Julio Bourbon, who was on the 15-day DL. He had hamstring problems, and you know what? They activated him today, and they sent him back to Round Rock and kept Chavez here because he's done so well. In his 12 games, 6 multi-hit games, 2 or more hits. So he's done a terrific job filling in, and that's why he's staying, because he is out of options.
Well, hitting .415. And ahead in the count here, 2-0.
Texas 9 for 19 with 2 outs in this early part of this series. Off to a good start.
And strike 2 to Chavez, who is in disagreement.
Yeah, that ball's moving away. And that's what he's saying. He said that ball's, no, it's running away. That's got to be off the plate. He didn't think he could reach that. But if you keep getting that call, both pitchers, it's going to be tough for the hitters tonight. See, you force them to swing at pitches like that. And especially when you get one called earlier, you're afraid to take a pitch out there for 2 strikes.
Two and 2 to Andy Chavez. We'll do it again with runners at the corners and 2 outs. There goes the runner from first, and a line drive to right. It's a base hit. That'll score 1. On his way to third is Napoli, and they'll wave him in. Here's the relay to the plate. Out at the plate by a mile. But the Rangers get a run on 4 hits. They lead it 1-0 here. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Here in downtown Cleveland, 1-0 Rangers as they get on the top of this inning as we head to the bottom half. But the second run out at the plate, throw was there, but what about the tag, Rick?
Well, you know what? He scored about 3 or 4 days ago against Kansas City the exact same way to win a ball game, and he had the foot in. The Indians catch a break. Look at there, Santana's bracing for the slide or the collision at home plate, and he actually does get the foot in there to beat the tag, but the ball beat him. And the umpire's behind the play, and he gives them the call. They catch a break.
So only 1 run is in then for Texas in the second inning. And Napoli out at the plate to end it. We go to the bottom half with Carlos Santana leading it off. Fouls that one straight back. Carlos has really been hitting the ball well in his last 7 games. And has the average up now to 234.
You don't worry right now about average with him. You're looking at bats and the swing of the bat and his body movement. They're trying to slow everything down for Carlos. That's why they took the toe tap away from him. Keep his swing under control. You know, with good at bats, that average will climb. You just go out there, and his job is to get on base, and he's been doing it very well as far as walks and hits.
Stays alive there on the 0-2 pitch. You brought up that toe tap, Rick, and it seems that he's gone a little bit away from that lately as well. He would use it. He would tap that foot a couple of weeks ago, and now it's just straight up and down.
They don't want him. They don't want him to tap it because it takes away his body, his movement. They think there's just too much movement in there, and they want to take it totally out of his swing. Just put that. He's got the timing mechanism of raising his foot and putting it straight down anyway. Just use that. Don't do the toe tap and the lift. Too many things going on. Keep it simple.
Checks his swing there. 2-2 now to Carlos Santana. Foul ball there to keep it at 2-2. Carlos hit his first career grand slam, that walk-off winner against Detroit back on April 29th. And that one foul tipped and held on to by Napoli. And Carlos Santana, strikeout victim. Strikeout number 2 tonight for Texas pitching. And Ogando.
Well, you don't want to miss the Indians Music Festival, presented by Discount Drug Mart, starring Brad Paisley, Blake Shelton, Jared Neiman. That'll be next Saturday right here at Progressive Field, and you want to come early and catch the 7 additional artists out in the Gateway Plaza. And now for a limited time, get $30 seats for only $20. 216-420-HITS or visit Indians.com for the tickets.
Now Grady Sizemore once again in the 5-hole tonight. And once again a designated hitter as he takes ball 1. Rick, only one game in the field since Grady's come off the disabled list. How much of a difference for him playing DH versus in the outfield?
He doesn't like the DH spot. I'm sure they're just being a little extra cautious with the knees because he had the surgery on the left when he hurt the right one. So they just want to be a little careful. I mean, it's a long year, and I think when he gets back out there to play, it'll be every day.
1-2 now to Sizemore. He's hit righties very well this year, batting .304 against him.
Well, the thing of it is, he's going to have to pick it up a little bit against lefties as well if he's going to hit in the middle part of the lineup.
Two and two now to Grady Sizemore. Alexei Ogando, 5-0 this year, coming in. And Grady breaks his bat and hits that one right in front of home plate. Ogando can't make the play. First hit of the night for Grady as he legs it out.
The barrel head of the bat is out past second base. It's into the outfield grass. That was almost like a perfect bunt. Now, I don't know if that's an ash or the maple bat like he used down in Tampa. That's when it almost hit David Price in the head. But this one, the barrel goes flying, and it's a perfect drag bunt. Did you see that ball just stop?
No. And Ogando looked like he took a step back, too, didn't he?
That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. The ball almost had English. It shatters his bat, and it stops out front. That ball looked like he hit about a 20-pound shot put. But he's able to beat it out for a base hit. Look at it. He's got to laugh about that. That might be the strangest I've ever seen on a bat exploding, and the ball goes about 10 feet.
Well, Ogando definitely thought the ball was going somewhere other than right in front of home. He took a step away. Understandably so. So now Orlando Cabrera with Sizemore at first base and one out here in the bottom of the second. He fouls that one away. Quickly 0-2 to Orlando Cabrera. Four hits shy of 2,000 in his career. As you get a look at the strike total, and Ogando. Cabrera fights that one off again.
That's awfully tough to get up top and get on top of a fastball by Ogando up there. Above the letters. He'll be lucky to, he fouled that one off, but you'll be lucky to get a piece of it any time. He's throwing 96.
Cabrera back up the middle and stopped by Kinsler. The throw to first is in time to get Orlando Cabrera. And a nice play by the second baseman for the Rangers, Ian Kinsler.
A beautiful play because that was his only play. Andrus was going for it too, up the middle, so he had to go to the backhand and go to get Cabrera. See, Cabrera didn't get a good jump out of the box. Andrus was going to slide and let him make the throw, and he makes a beautiful play to retire Cabrera. He just got a bad break out of the box because he was leaning back.
So that'll advance Sizemore to second base on the fielder's choice. And now a runner in scoring position for Travis Buck. Made a nice catch up against the wall the top half of this inning. And he takes ball one. Travis has hit very well against right-handers this year, batting .317. He pops that one straight back and out of play. Two outs with a runner on second for Buck here. Bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Texas. And now 2-1 to Travis Buck. Sizemore leads away at second base. Andrus, the shortstop, right behind him. And a ground ball to first. Moreland with a nifty backhanded play will take it himself, and the Indians retired here in the second inning. So they get a hit. They leave a runner. Still 1-0 Texas as we head to the third. Stay tuned for later in the game to see what our Miller Taste Greatness moments will be. Fun moment from the tribe in Texas. That's our hint. Coming up later as we go back to Old Municipal Stadium. Some of the fans having a good time tonight. Nice night for a game. Friday night fireworks here at the ballpark. And the top of the third inning we go. 1-0 Texas.
Last night they had the midges out here to visit us at the ballpark, but I don't see any tonight. Hopefully they're gone.
Very few. They're left over. Ian Kinsler, who struck out his first time up, takes a look at ball one from Justin Masterson. And a swing and a miss for strike two. Don't forget after the game to stick around for Chuck's last call. Of course, that follows the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care post-game show. Keep it with Sports Time Ohio all night long here. Now 1-2 to Kinsler.
Well, we want to welcome home Major David Kaczmarek. He was in his tour of Afghanistan, so it's Poker Ron's nephew who's down at the batting cages. So Major David Kaczmarek, welcome back.
Absolutely. 2-2 now to Ian Kinsler, the Rangers' 17th round pick in 2003. And he swings and misses. So for the second time tonight, Ian Kinsler is down on strikes. And that is the 5th strikeout for Justin Masterson. One out here in the third, and let's check in with Katie Witham enjoying herself with the crowd.
I am. I'm over here hanging out with the Stearns family. We want to get your family out here. The Minnesota Twins are coming to town after the Rangers leave June 6th through the 8th. We've got a 7 o'clock start Monday and Tuesday, and then a noon matinee. Tickets you can get for just $8. Log on to Indians.com, get yours, and get on out here at the ballpark with us. Guys, back up to you.
All right, Katie. As Elvis Andrus hits that one up the middle and just past Asdrubal Cabrera into center field for a base hit. His first hit tonight, the Rangers' 5th. And they have a runner aboard here in the third inning with 1 out.
Well, he took that first fastball, his first at-bat. He wasn't going to spot him that heater the second time up and gets it past Cabrera into center field already. The 5th hit for the Rangers. It's funny, they have 5 hits and Masterson has 5 strikeouts, and we are in just the third inning.
Now Josh Hamilton, who got the first hit off of Masterson, a double back in the first inning when he just punched it down the left field line.
Yeah, ball off the plate, outside away.
Oh, 0-1 here to Hamilton with Andrus, a good base stealer on at first base. He's 18 for 18 this year, Rick, in stolen bases.
He stole a base last night off Rafael Perez, got a great jump. I mean, he knows how to steal bases. He has come a long way, this young man.
Hamilton hits that one foul.
And the Rangers as a team, they lead the league in stolen bases. They have 59 as a team. And what is it? 5 times they have stolen 5 or more bases in a ball game. So I mean, they get their opportunities. They are going to be aggressive. They have an early lead, and I look at for Ron Washington. The green light is on, baby. If you can go ahead.
Andrus has been flinching at first base. He'll stay put on the 0-2, and Hamilton lines that one into right center for a base hit. Andrus taps second. He's on his way to third. Here's the throw from Brantley, and he slides. He's safe at third base. So a close play, but the Rangers will have runners at the corners now with 1 out.
Yeah, good job of base running going first to third. He challenged the arm of Michael Brantley, and Michael came over. The throw was just a little bit offline. Good hitting there by Hamilton with 2 strikes. Got a breaking ball. There goes Andrus into third. If that ball is maybe a couple of feet over to the base more, sometimes that runner, when you're in center field, is in your line of flight. So you got to throw it a little to the right. But as he comes wheeling in, he just beats the throw. He is safe. It wasn't a bad throw at all.
Infield back at double play depth here now for Michael Young, who hits that one to second. Orlando to Asdrubal. That's one on to first, and not in time. Young beat it out, and that'll score a run as Elvis Andrus taps home plate, and the Rangers lead it 2-0.
Well, that ball just wasn't hit hard enough. They tried to turn it, and I'll tell you, Hamilton did a beautiful job of getting down on Cabrera's feet, not allowing him to get a little extra on the throw. Watch him go down. This is a big guy coming at you, and he gets right in there, and he took that right foot away where he couldn't get him, and he was safe. He beat it out. It was awfully close, but hustle right there by Young. Boy, that is bang bang. They get another run.
And a broken bat will go into right field there, and a base hit for Adrian Beltre. Young will stop at second. And now the Rangers with runners at first and second here, 2 outs in the third inning. They have 7 hits tonight, Rick.
There's a ball. Beltre going the other way. They're getting aggressive early. The first time through, they looked like they wanted to be a little more patient. But, boy, 3 hits last inning, 3 hits in the third inning. So they come out swinging.
And now Nelson Cruz, who was a strikeout victim in the second inning. And he takes ball 1. So the Rangers with 2 runs home. They're up 2-0 here in the third against Justin Masterson, who in his career against Texas 0-2 with a 5.40 ERA in 6 games coming into tonight. That one fouled back. It'll make the seats. When you talk about Josh Hamilton coming back from the disabled list, Rick, but what about Nelson Cruz? He came back the second time, the same time Hamilton did, and he makes a difference as well in this lineup, the power he provides.
Between those two, one from the left side, one from the right side, they're great hitters. I mean, and with great power. Not only average, but they can drive in runs, and boy, when you take those two out of the lineup.
Another broken bat. Orlando Cabrera fields it and throws to first, and Cruz is retired as the Rangers are done here in the third inning, but they get another run and leave 2. It's 2-0 Texas, middle of the third in downtown Cleveland. The third, Texas with a 2-0 lead here. It'll be Laporta, Everett, and then the top of the order, Michael Brantley. Justin Masterson there on the bench. As you said, Rick, 5 strikeouts tonight, but 7 hits for the Rangers as well.
No, that first time through the lineup, they were a little more patient. They were looking to see what he had. He was going up strike 1. But that second time, they are not messing around. They're getting aggressive. That's how they started out against Carrasco last night. They were swinging early.
And with more on Matt Laporta and his recent power surge, let's send it over to Katie with him. Katie?
Well, Al, Matt Laporta told me earlier he's feeling so much more power and better bat speed with his swing this year. He attributes that to it being his first healthy season, able to hit the weights during preseason, but he's worked on, with John Nunley, the hitting coach lately, getting his lower body into his swing and really focusing on driving the ball down the middle of the field. And, guys, we've seen that lately from him.
Yeah, he's homered in each of his last 2 games and has 3 homers in his last 5. And now it's 1-2 from Ogando here. Game 2 in this 4-game series. Tribe and Rangers here tonight. Game 3 tomorrow night. 7:05. As Laporta swings and misses there. Nasty stuff from Ogando. That's his 3rd strikeout. And 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd for the Tribe.
Well, you get up there against this guy, and he gets ahead of you, and he can drop an 83-mile-an-hour slider on you, and he's throwing 96. He'll make you look like that.
That'll bring Adam Everett to the plate, starting at third base tonight. A late replacement for Jack Hanahan, who was scratched with quad soreness. So Everett gets the start this evening. Adam hitting .321 against righties this year. And it's 1-1 here. How impressive is Alexei Ogando? He has not taken a loss in his first 10 career starts. That matches a club record to start a career. And now gone 5-0 in his first 10. First pitcher to make his first 10 major league starts without a loss since Cincinnati's Mike Leake last year. He was 5-0 after 12 starts.
Right.
As you said, Rick, he was somebody who was just kind of thrown in there at the start of the season, was a late replacement when the Rangers had injuries to their starting rotation.
Yeah, and, you know, they had a pretty good rotation. They didn't get Cliff Lee. They didn't re-sign him, so they were looking. In spring training, Neftali Feliz was down there. And it was at the last minute. Ogando got the nod. Was it Lewis that ended up going out and going on the disabled list, had some leg problems. And then Ogando went in there, and they said Feliz is going to go back to the bullpen, and he hasn't been the same guy as a closer that he was last year, although he did convert the save last night.
Everett swings at the 3-1 pitch and hits it to third. Beltre caught his spike there in the infield, but was able to make the throw for the out. 2 down. Time now for our AT&T trivia question. 3 pitchers have 100-plus saves with the Rangers. Name them. We'll have the answer for you later in the broadcast. 3 pitchers, 100-plus saves with Texas. Who are they? All right. Give that one some thought.
I know you're writing them down.
It's for later. Michael Brantley now, who flew out to left his first time up. He'll bat here with 2 outs and nobody on in the bottom of the third. One and one here to Michael Brantley. Batting .307 here at Progressive Field this year. Likes to hit at home. Now 2-1 from Alexei Ogando, who's only given up 1 hit tonight. And that was that hit for Grady Sizemore that went, about 15 feet after he broke his bat and had some backspin on it. Game 3 in this series tomorrow night. Indians on deck, 6:30. Dave and Jason will have that for you. First pitch, 7:05 here on STO. As Brantley hits that one hard to center field. But Chavez has some room and he'll make the catch. And the Indians retired again here in the 3rd inning. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the 4th. 2-0 Texas. Inning here at Progressive Field, and a special welcome to our friends from Ford who are joining us for tonight's game down in the dugout suite. Thanks for being such great partners of Sports Time Ohio. Ford folks down there having a good time, and I'd like to see the Indians get some runs here against the Rangers. But Texas has been doing the scoring tonight, 2 runs on 7 hits, and Mitch Moreland, who had a single and a run scored back in the second inning, leads off the 4th, as we'll see hitters 7, 8, and 9 for Texas here in inning number 4. Napoli and Chavez will follow. And Mitch Moreland continues to be on fire now. 6 of 12 on this road trip for Texas. And now it's hit safely in 8 of his last 9.
Texas has had a lot of success against the Central this year. They're 11-6 coming into this game. Next 10 games against Central Division opponents. Because when they're finished here with the Indians, they go on to play, let me see here. They go on to play Detroit for 3 and Minnesota for 4. So they've had a lot of success against Central.
Moreland grounds that one to second base. Orlando Cabrera, an easy play. And Moreland is the first out here in the 4th inning. Let's take a look now at our minor league report, brought to you by Kia. Genmar Gomez doing a nice job in Columbus since he went back at his last 3 starts, an ERA just at 157 last night in a 2-1 10-inning win. He went 8 innings, gave up just 3 hits, struck out 4 while walking 3. So good to see Genmar doing well. Could see him again back here at the major league level sometime this year. Strike 1 to Mike Napoli. He singled back in the second inning. Was retired at home plate to end the second inning. And a good relay from Chu to Cabrera to Carlos Santana, who applied the tag. So 2-1 now to Mike Napoli. Now 2-2. Napoli with 10 homers this year, and whenever he hits a home run, Texas wins. They're 9-0 whenever Napoli has gone deep. Just got a piece of that one. That pitch just missed.
Well, it looked like Santana thought he had one there. He was getting up, I think, ready to throw it. There it is, sitting away. Yep, he wanted to throw and didn't get the call.
So that'll run the count full now to Napoli with 1 out, nobody on here in the 4th. And he grounds that one to third, but it's foul.
Well, as a hitter, that's where you better take advantage of it, because you get an extra strike in this at bat. And, you know, sometimes when you're going well, that's how it works. The umpire doesn't ring you up on a pitch that's awfully close, and you get an extra swing. See if he takes advantage of it.
And a swing and a miss. So Napoli a strikeout victim. 6th strikeout tonight for Justin Masterson. 2 down here in the 4th inning. And hey, visit STOHD.com now and check out one of our preferred partners, Garfield 12323. They've served Northeast Ohio for over 75 years with award-winning siding, windows, and roofing. For a free estimate, visit STOHD.com and click on the Garfield 12323 banner.
I thought you were going to sing it for me.
I'm not as good as Murph is.
Murph's the best.
He is. He was on key, too. So 2 outs for Endy Chavez, who has 5 straight hits. 4 for 4 last night. And he doubled in his first at bat here back in the second inning.
This guy is playing like he doesn't want to go anywhere else. 5 straight hits in this series. And that looks like a pretty good idea. Throw him something off speed. 2-0 changeup. I was watching a game last week when they were in Texas. This guy, and he's not a big guy. He's a, maybe 5'10", 5'11", little skinny guy. He went upper tank in Texas on the back end of a back-to-back. home run day.
Well, he's 33 years old, but really playing like somebody about 10 years younger this season. Hits that one hard to second. Orlando Cabrera skids to a stop, makes the play. Nice one by Orlando Cabrera. And Andy Chavez finally retired here in this series. Rangers go 3 up, 3 down. To the bottom of the fourth we go, 2-0 Texas. Progressive Field, hitters 2, 3, and 4. Asdrubal Cabrera, Chu, and Santana for the Tribe against Alexi Agando. So coming into tonight, opponents batting just 191 against him, and he's gone at least 6 innings in each of his first 10 starts. That's the longest season opening streak by any Ranger since Kenny Rogers back in 2001 when he went 15 straight, going at least 6. And he's given every indication here tonight he'll go at least 6.
You know, and when you're a guy like this and you pitch very well, he pounds the strike zone. Offensively, you try and get this guy the lead early. You get him the lead early, and you know you can pretty much turn it over to him. I mean, he's a strike-throwing machine. They knew one thing. They knew he would be able to throw strikes regardless if they started him or left him in the bullpen. They just weren't sure if he would be able to go through that lineup 3 times and possibly 4 times.
Cabrera bloops that one to right field, and it'll drop for a base hit. Cabrera has the Indians' second hit tonight, and the Tribe has their leadoff man aboard here in the 4th inning.
There's a pitch up in the zone, and it got in a little bit on the trademark, but Cabrera able to fight it off and get it in there for a base hit. So they get their leadoff man aboard, first time tonight. See if they're able to do anything with it. You know, 2-run lead. You just want to cut it to try and get on the board now. Second time through the lineup.
And now Chu, a strikeout victim, his first time up. He takes strike 1 from Ogando. And by throwing the strikes the way he does, 31 of 44 thus far, his pitch count is going to stay low.
Well, he comes into today's game, he has 15 walks, and he's got 50 strikeouts. So it's better than a 3-1 ratio.
Chu hits that one on the ground to second. Kinsler throws to second for 1, back on to first. Not in time. Shin-Soo Chu hustling down the line, beats it out there. So Cabrera retired for the first out, but Chu aboard with 1 away.
Well, I will say this. Chu always hustles down the line. That ground ball double play. If you're going to turn it on him, you are going to have to earn it. That's a good combination, but you can see he's hustling all the way out of the batter's box and just beats it out. And boy, that gives you like a 1 extra out because of that hustle.
And the scoreboard update brought to you by your Northern Ohio Ford dealers and the all-new 2012 Ford Focus. Ford, drive one. Now Carlos Santana. As Chu is diving back to first base. Santana struck out back in the second inning. But Carlos has had it going here lately. He's hitting 7 straight. I beg your pardon, he's hitting 7 of his last 8. He has a 1-0 count here. Chu is a threat to steal. He's stolen 7 of 10 so far this season. And now 2-0 to Santana. Well, Rick, one thing Carlos has been able to do this year is work the pitchers. He has 40 walks. That's 3rd in the American League. So even if the average isn't up there, the on-base percentage is, and the ability to come out of a slump is much better when you take the sorts of pitches he does as well.
Anytime you're able to walk in a game or walk twice in a game, and he's walked 3 times before, it helps you stay out of slumps when you're not swinging the bat well. Jim Thome was always like that. He never went into prolonged because he would take his walks. Carlos is the same kind of guy. That's why you can keep him in the middle part of that lineup. And even though he's not getting you base hits, he'll find a way to get on base, continue innings, and keep it rolling. Here's a young kid that's still learning on the job, and eventually he is going to get it. I mean, he's coming out and he's working hard, and it's just a matter of getting at bats and getting to know the rest of the league. People look at Santana and they say, okay, well, he was here last year, but he only played about 45, 50 games. He got off to a good start, and then he slumped a little bit before he was hurt. He's still got to get to know the league. It's not easy up here.
He pops that one straight up. Coming back near home plate, it's going to be retired by the first baseman. That's Moreland who'll make the catch. So Santana, the second out of the inning for Grady Sizemore now, will come to bat with the runner on and 2 outs. Grady had the only other hit against Ogando when he hit that ball back in the second inning. His bat went to Ian Kinsler while the ball went about 15 feet in front of the plate.
Yes, it did. That was the strangest play I've ever seen on a broken bat. Bat went out to the grass past second base. And it was like it was a perfect bunt.
Yep. And Ogando again will keep an eye on Chu with 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Ogando about to deliver his 50th pitch here tonight. And that's a ball to Sizemore. There's that play in the second inning.
I mean, look at that. He broke back on that. And it might have been because of the barrel of the bat took off. That thing landed out in the grass at second base, and Grady beat it out like it was a perfect bunt. Very strange. And Ogando's a guy that you can't really run on, Al, because he's so quick to home plate. He's just a touch over a second. He's like a short armor. He doesn't have a big leg kick, and he gets Napoli the ball in a hurry. So he's going to give his catchers an opportunity, a good opportunity to throw if you try to run.
Ogando, 27 years old, began his professional career as an outfielder in the Oakland A's organization. And he was taken in the Rule 5 draft by Texas, and they made him a pitcher.
I think it's a pretty wise decision.
Yeah, it's worked out well. And he was caught up in a visa for sale scandal that kept him and about 50 other Dominican-born players out of the U.S. in 05 and 06, so it was a while before his development could continue as a pitcher, which is why we're just really seeing what he can do of late. Saw him last year out of the bullpen, obviously, and this year now as a starter. But 27 years old,
Yeah,
They're doing well this year.
He came out and faced the Indians twice out of the bullpen last year in a 3-day period, so that's the only time they have of seeing him before.
Two and one here to Sizemore.
He hasn't been behind many hitters, has he? He has been pumping strikes, but now 3-1 to Grady. See what he throws. He's had 2 2-0 counts.
Hitters' counts have been rare tonight against Ogando. And ball 4. That's his first walk tonight. That'll put runners at first and second now with 2 away for Orlando Cabrera.
Well, let's send out some congratulations to John and Judy Torek of Painesville, celebrating their 50th anniversary. Also a happy 60th to Thurl and Loretta Hopper of Sullivan, Ohio. That's a belated 60th, and a happy 60th today to Ed and Marge Dodig. And a happy 83rd birthday to Mike Santangelo.
Here's Cabrera, grounded into a fielder's choice back in the second inning. And he takes strike 1 from Ogando. Two runs on 7 hits for the Rangers. No runs on 2 hits for the Tribe. But the Indians now, a little 2-out threat here. Cabrera pounds that one in the ground. Going to be a tough play for Beltre, but he makes it with the off-balance throw, retiring Orlando Cabrera and the Tribe here in the 4th inning. So they leave 2. We go to the 5th. 2-0 Texas. Is brought to you tonight by United, proud to fly the Cleveland Indians. By your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers, it's time to join the Hyundai movement. And by Panini's, get overstuffed at any one of their 18 locations in Northeast Ohio. Nice night tonight in Northeast Ohio. Indians, Rangers. Texas up 2-0 here as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Ian Kinsler now has found himself in a bit of a slump. Is 0 for his last 9. And 0 for 2 tonight with 2 strikeouts. Kinsler. We'll see Kinsler, Andrus, and Hamilton here in the 5th. And he hits that one high in the air to short right field. Shin-Soo Choo coming in. 1 out here in the 5th for Texas.
Well, come on out and sit in one of the hottest spots here at Progressive Field this year. That's out in the Time Warner Cable bleachers. All tickets are just $10. And a reminder, always buy your tickets in advance for great savings.
So 1 out for Elvis Andrus, who shows bunt and takes ball 1 from Justin Masterson. Andrus 1 for 2 tonight. Struck out in the first inning. Singled and scored back in the third. 1-1 now to Andrus, who really, Rick, is developing into a nice all-around shortstop for Texas.
Yes, he is. On both sides of the ball, he's a good base stealer. He can bunt. He can do it all. He's a good young player. Coming to Texas from the Braves organization in that Mark Teixeira trade with Neftali Feliz. Good deal for them, and he's a young man. He could be there for a long time.
He's down on the count here, 1-2. It's the 11th count tonight, either 0-2 or 1-2 from Justin Masterson. And it's interesting tonight, too, Rick, when you look at Justin, he's got the 6 strikeouts, and some of his pitches have looked flat out ridiculous and nearly impossible to hit. But the Rangers have also made solid contact as well. We've seen the 2 extremes.
Oh, yes. So, well, it's a solid lineup.
It's a ground ball off Masterson's glove. Cabrera with the jump throw, but not in time. Good effort by Orlando Cabrera, but Elvis Andrus just a little too quick down the line.
Yeah, and you see the speed just beats it out. Just barely gets there. Looked like Justin got a piece of this off his glove. He did. It deflected off his glove, so that enabled Cabrera to at least get a piece of it. By the time he throws it over, Andrus beats it out. It goes as another base hit. He has 2 hits. Hamilton has 2 hits.
And the 8th of the night for the Rangers overall. And there goes Andrus. Pitch out. Throw to second. And safe. Even with the pitch out, Elvis Andrus stays perfect. 19 for 19 this year in stolen bases.
Well, they guessed right. He went on first pitch, and the throw from Santana a little high over to Cabrera. If it's down, they get him. You see that ball, by the time he applies the tag, it was still awfully close. If that ball's down a little bit more, he gets him easily. They guessed right. They just didn't execute it.
So now Andrus in scoring position for Hamilton, who hits that one just foul down the right field line.
Hamilton now 6 for 8 against Masterson.
Here's the stolen base leaders now in the American League as Andrus ties Ellsbury. Hasn't been caught this season.
Pretty good ratio.
Yeah. 19 for 19.
Yeah, gotta love that.
Had Andrus taking a step towards third. But still he's back easily. Well, Rick, you said Josh Hamilton's had 2 hits tonight. Both of those came after being down 2 strikes. The count is 1-1 here. Well, Masterson keeping a close eye on Andrus at second.
Well, you would love to see him try and keep this a 2-0 ball game right here in the 5th inning, the way Ogando is pitching.
There goes Andrus for third, and Hamilton pounds that one foul. So maybe Masterson and the Indians knew something was coming.
Well, he's just going to try and move up. You figure sometimes when you're out there at second base and you look at the signs, you may feel a breaking ball's coming, and he wants to get himself into third base. Although there's 2 strikes now, and Hamilton has had great success against Masterson. You know, it's hard to ask a base why you're stealing bases or why you're taking off, because he feels he's going to make it.
Stays put this time, but will advance to third on the ground ball to second. Hamilton is out at first. There's 2 outs. And now Andrus at third base. That'll bring Michael Young to the plate, who struck out his first time up. Was safe on a fielder's choice in the 3rd inning, beat out a double play ball, and that allowed Elvis Andrus to score the first run. Boy, and how about Michael Young? This guy just keeps on hitting. It's like it's 1999 or 2003. Doesn't matter with this guy. He just keeps pounding the baseball.
Well, he's a hit machine, and He was the odd man out in the offseason. But, you know, being the professional he is, kept his mouth shut, and boy, fits in. Now hitting in the number 4 hole in this lineup, and he's DHing. Because they went out and signed Adrian Beltre to a free agent deal. And Michael was going to play third. Andrus took over the shortstop job from him. He's played second, short, and third over in that organization. He had to move because they got A-Rod.
Yep. Grounds to short here as Asdrubal Cabrera makes the play. And Masterson gets out of it here in the 5th inning without Texas getting a run. So they leave one stranded. Still 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Setting in downtown Cleveland, but the Indians trail the Rangers in the bottom of the 5th here at Progressive Field, 2-0. And we'll see Travis Buck, Matt Laporta, and Adam Everett, bottom third of the Tribe order here in the 5th inning. These fans, good crowd on hand tonight for fireworks night, half-price student ID night as well. They want something to cheer about. Alexei Ogando has kept him silent for the most part thus far.
He sure has. He's kept everybody silent for the most part. When you look at his last start, it was the Kansas City Royals that were able to get through to him in his 6 innings. He gave up 7 hits and 5 runs, all earned. Gave up a home run. And he left trailing in that game, so he was on the hook for the loss, but they got him off the hook.
Travis Buck retired there on that fly ball to left. And let's take a look at our great clips from last night.
Matt Laporta, straightaway central, man, over the 400 sign. He had homered in back-to-back games.
Relax, you're at Great Clips. Matt Laporta has hit a home run in 3 of his last 5 games as well. Real bad with 1 out here in the 5th inning. Strikeout victim his first time up. Boy, that's what makes Ogando so tough. He's got that good breaking stuff, but then a fastball that's live at 95.
That sets everything up. The heater sets everything up, especially a located heater where he can put it. And it's not straight. He's got good movement on it.
Stays with the heat there, but misses wide. Laporta got a piece, but it's 1-2.
Yeah, you'll get a look at it from like in your living room if you're sitting behind. That's a little breaking ball there. But he definitely is, for a big guy, a short armor. He brings it right behind his ear, and the next thing you know, it's on you.
And Matt Laporta, the fourth strikeout victim tonight for the Tribe. Second time he's gone down. And this recap brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Andy Chavez, a double here, makes it 1-0. Out at the plate was Mike Napoli. That was back in the third of fielder's choice. Michael Young was safe at first, make it 2-0. Alexei Ogando, 2 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Just at his fourth now through 4 innings. And he hasn't had an inning with more than 20 pitches thus far either. Find out about more than 30 Toyota offers available now at buyatoyota.com. Here's Adam Everett. He grounds that ball to shortstop. Andrews on the run, makes the play. Indians retired quickly here in the 5th inning. We'll go to the 6th. 2-0 Texas. $5 $5 discount coupons for the Subway Extreme Fan Zone. It's definitely the place to be for a chance to win Subway gift cards, Indians fun money, and you'll get great discounts on your next Subway purchase. Subway, where winners eat. Fans enjoying the Subway Fan Zone here tonight. Texas leading this one 2-0 as we go to the 6th inning against Justin Masterson. He'll see Beltre, Cruz, and Moreland. And Beltre on the first pitch hits that one to right center for a base hit, and he's thinking about second but stops.
I'll go right ahead.
Yeah, against Chu, that wouldn't have been a good idea. He'll settle for the long single, the 9th hit of the night for the Rangers.
Well, you got 3 guys, Andrus, Hamilton, and now Beltre with 2 hits apiece. And that's a pretty good approach. A high sinker, I think that was. He just left that one up, and Beltre smokes it to right field.
So Beltre 2 for 3 tonight. And now Nelson Cruz, who's 0 for 2. And he hits that one foul and into the seats. Off the facing of the mezzanine here at Progressive Field. Between the Tribe and Rangers, Game 3 is coming up tomorrow night, 7:05, 6:30 with Indians on deck. It'll be Fausto Carmona and Derek Holland as the pitching matchup. And there's the info for you. Join us early for Indians on deck. Dave Chudowski, Jason Stanford will start it off for you. For Game 3, Game 4 then on Sunday at 1:05 here on Sports Time Ohio. And Sunday night here in prime time, all bets are off at 7. The Golf Zone, Jimmy Hanlon at 9. 0-2 here to Nelson Cruz. A grounder to third. Everett to second for 1, on to first, and not in time as that play was broken up at second base pretty nicely by Beltre.
Yeah, they've been able to get down there on the second baseman and the shortstop to try and take him away from a double play ball. And I don't think Orlando really had much. I think in the transfer, it slipped out of his hand. But he's coming in hard. Tries to kick that foot out of the way. You can see that grip. Lost the ball on the throw. It was almost like a changeup.
So that'll put Cruz at first base with one away here in the 6th inning for Mitch Moreland, who's 1 for 2 tonight. It's hit the ball hard both times up. Grounded out to second back in the 4th inning, but singled and scored in the 2nd his first time up. This grounder is foul outside the bag at first. So 0-1 here to Moreland. That young man has a souvenir. 1-1 now to Moreland. Justin Masterson with that full beard growing, but of course has the clean top up on his head. He went with Mr. Clean look for a Halloween party when he was in high school one year. Justin said he liked the look, so he stayed with it.
Well, obviously his wife liked it also.
Yeah, she would have to.
So you kept your look from your Halloween party, too. Huh?
I have. The mask
Casper.
and everything. Nice. 1-2 here to Mitch Moreland with the runner on and 1 out. The top half of the 6th inning. Justin Masterson, 88 pitches tonight, but 66 of those for strikes. Yeah, I think you said it earlier, Rick. His stuff has been pretty good tonight. The problem is this Rangers lineup is very hot right now.
Well, they've got a good game plan. They go up there, man. I'll tell you, they don't stop swinging. And it looks like to me the right-handers had that approach. The first time they were patient through the lineup, and then the younger guys are the bottom of the part started to get base hits, and these guys got aggressive early. The right-handers are trying to shoot them the other way and stay on a sinker. And the left-handers, I mean, they've got a couple of infield hits. And he has 6 strikeouts. You know, he had, what do you have? He struck out the side in the first. He had 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. But they keep hacking up there. He hasn't walked anybody. These guys won't let him.
No, you're right. Texas is up there and swinging the bats. They've pounded out 9 hits, but only 2 runs thus far.
Yeah, keep it close.
Another foul ball that sends the Rangers scattering.
Look at everybody's looking to say, all right, who did hit? And are you okay? With these guys up, you better hide. You got the ball. That's Beltre. He's got it.
He's right there in the field. Let's go.
Count remains 1-2 to Mitch Moreland. And a swing and a miss. Justin Masterson, his 7th strikeout tonight. And for the first time this evening, let's go back to our STO studios and get an update with Dave Chudowski. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Al, thanks a lot. How about Oakland and Boston? Oakland out to a 4-0 lead in the first, but Boston has come back. Here in the third, Judd Lowry with the base hit to score David Ortiz. Look at him move. And that makes the score 5-4. That's the score in the third. Back to you.
Okay. So, Dave, a typical game at Fenway Park. A 3rd inning, 5-4. There's a line drive. Leaping catch by Asdrubal Cabrera as he retires Mike Napoli. And the Rangers are done here in the 6th inning. They leave one on. 2-0, Texas. Inning here at Progressive Field, 2-0 Rangers lead the Indians, and Alexi Ogando has really been dealing tonight for Texas as he enters the sixth, giving up just 2 hits. As we were talking about between innings, Rick, nobody has really hit the ball hard against him. But how about Asdrubal Cabrera here defensively?
Oh, you got to love that. Like I say, your pitchers throw a strike, he has to go a little to his right. And that's a sinking liner. Not an easy play. He thought he was going to have to dive a little farther, but he ends up making a nice catch. I look at it, too. These are my 2 favorite shortstops for a Gold Glove running, between Asdrubal and this guy, Elvis Andrus. And Andrus has 10 errors on the year. Asdrubal only has 5. But as you well know, and I do, that sometimes it's not with the amount of errors that you have. They're both very good fielding shortstops.
Both young, too. Good to see them for a long time.
That's right. And these are my 2 in the running. My early pick.
Well, they've both done very well, both sides, as you said earlier. Michael Brantley to lead it off here in the 6th inning. 3rd time now, Rick, that they get to see Ogando through this lineup, but the first couple of times not too successful.
Oh, that's okay. Sometimes it takes you that 3rd time. There you go.
And there's a base hit for Michael Brantley. His first hit tonight, the 3rd for the Indians. And they have their leadoff batter aboard here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
You remember that 2nd time up, he smoked the ball to center field. Michael did. This time he gets on top of it. He makes him get that fastball down a little bit more, and he's able to get some top hand on it and just drill it the other way. You can see a nice short swing by Michael. So there's a solid base hit to start off the 6th inning. Only 67 pitches right now for Ogando.
Now Asdrubal Cabrera, who has one of the Tribe 3 hits tonight. He's singled back in the 4th inning. And he lines that one to right, another base hit. Michael Brantley hits second base, and he'll go to 3rd. The throw will come in and be cut off, and the Indians have runners at the corners now with nobody out in the 6th.
There you go. That 3rd time through. Getting a little idea what that velocity is and the movement of his fastball. Good job of Michael Brantley cutting second base, getting over to 3rd. Nice base running. Asdrubal, he gets his 2nd hit, and I mean he cut the corner beautifully on that ball hit behind him. He knew he was going to 3rd all the way. Watch how tight he stays at 2nd if you can. There it is. Boom. Gone. 3rd base easily. Good job.
So now for the first time tonight, really, Ogando in a little bit of trouble in the 6th inning. 2 on, nobody out for Shin-Soo Choo.
You know, and when you look at the history this year of Ogando going through lineups for the 3rd time, they're hitting just 190. So the Indians off to a good start.
Swing and a miss there by Choo.
So what's he do? He pulls a string. You know, the first 2 guys get aggressive on his fastball. Napoli sits down, they call a changeup, and you have the hitter out in front. Good pitch.
Choo currently on an 8-game hitting streak, but 0 for 2 thus far tonight. Hits that one back up the middle. This will get a run home. Kinsler will step on 2nd, throw to 1st, and gets him there. It's a double play, but Brantley scores, so the Indians do get a run out of it, and it's 2-1.
Well, Texas has turned the most double plays of anybody in the league. And that was bang, bang. But the throw looks like it gets him. Choo hustling all the way. He just beat it out the last time. This time they just get him. But they do get a run. Makes it a 2-1 ball game.
Yeah, that was bang, bang indeed. Choo thought he might have gotten the foot down ahead of time, but
the last time it was bang, bang over there when he beat it out. So he gets one call and they get one call.
And now Carlos Santana will bat with the bases empty and 2 outs, but the Indians get a run home here in the 6th inning. And quickly, it's 0-2 to Carlos Santana. That went outside the bag at first. Now, the Indians now at least have cut this lead in half, Rick, and getting a run against Ogando here in the 6th inning That's big because this guy he doesn't give you a lot of opportunities.
Well, the Indians, they don't start playing in this ballpark until the 6th, it seems like.
Carlos Santana's down on strikes. 5th strikeout for Ogando. Indians get a run here in the 6th inning. We'll go to the 7th. 2-1 now, Texas.
Trailing the Rangers 2-1 right now, and there are tons to do at the ballpark for you this weekend. Tomorrow and Sunday we have KeyBank Kids Fun Day going on, all new games and prizes out on the Gateway Plaza. Also tomorrow we have Star Wars themed fireworks. Every fan that comes through the gates will get one of these, a team photo from this year. And you know what, guys? Al, Rick, I was looking at this. They left you off. I don't know. We might have to do a little bit of photoshopping or something. Guys, back up to you.
I think we can. We can take your 1980 photo, Rick, from that team picture and put it on this one, right?
No, you don't want to take the 1980 photo because Blyleven,
was in your way?
I don't know if you saw that 1980 photo. You don't want to see it.
Okay. Because now some fans go scurrying on the internet to find a picture of that.
Please do.
Here's Endy Chavez. The Indians finally retired him for the first time this series. His last time up. And a ground out to second. He's 1 for 2. And he hits that one on the ground to second base again. Orlando Cabrera will retire Chavez as he cools off just a bit here tonight. And that's the first out of the 7th inning as we get a look at our answer to our AT&T trivia question tonight. 3 pitchers have 100-plus saves with the Rangers. Name them. I'm going to say Cordero,
Russell,
and Wetton.
You are all on it, man.
I think it's the first one I got this year, though.
Good for you. Congratulations.
It was about time. About time. So 1 out here in the 7th inning.
I was looking for one of my boys there, but he hadn't been there long enough. Emu, Jim Kern.
Oh, yeah.
We traded him over to Texas.
Played with you back in the late 70s and then came back to
Early
the Tribe.
70s.
In 87 for a brief couple of months.
Kearney
as a at the very end of his career.
What is a hunting guide? He came back as a pitcher, huh?
2-0 here to Ian Kinsler. Justin Masterson about to throw his 98th pitch tonight. And now it's 3-0. There were some hard throwers back in the 70s with you guys. Kern, Dennis Eckersley that year in 77 had a good fastball. And in 4 pitches, Ian Kinsler takes a walk. That's the first walk of the night.
Yeah.
By Masterson.
I know it. Tony Sipp is up in the bullpen getting loose.
And now Tim Belcher will come and chat with Justin Masterson here.
Yeah.
Give Sip a chance to get a few more warm-ups in.
Absolutely, because that's why you probably want him ready is for Hamilton.
Well, we have a moment. I'd like to remind you, you can win a new recliner from Wayside Furniture. Just stop in time for Father's Day. There's 2 ways to enter. Stop by Wayside Furniture in Akron or enter online at stohd.com. Register now to win a recliner from Wayside Furniture, where you'll find better furniture priced lower. So make sure you check that out at stohd.com. As Tim Belcher will retreat back to the dugout. So the Rangers with the runner on first here. 1 out for Elvis Andrus, and then the lefty Josh Hamilton on deck.
This is a good combination to do something with, too. Kinsler can steal a base, and if you don't want to take that chance, Andrus can swing the bat and is a good hit and run man because he shoots it that way. Indians realize this, so you got to keep Kinsler close. He has 11 stolen bases, only been caught twice.
There's a strike to Andrus. Elvis 2 for 3 tonight. Struck out his first time up, but singled and scored in the 3rd inning. Singled, stole a base, and then died at 3rd back in the 5th. Now the count goes to 1-1. You almost expect something to happen here, as you talked about, Rick, with Kinsler on first and Andrus at the plate, who can put the bat on the ball.
Well, as long as Justin can keep varying his variances, coming to the plate, first base, holding the ball. There you go. He's doing a nice job of that. They used to be able to run on him a lot last year, but that's one part of the game that he's done a nice job. They have stolen 5 bases off him this year, but they also have caught 5. But 1-1 count. We'll see if he wants to send him here. No. That's it. Get ahead of the hitter. That always helps too.
So now Andrus down on the count, 1-2 to Justin Masterson. Indians down by a run here in the 7th inning. Rangers have left 6 runners on base tonight. The Indians have only left 3. There goes, Kinsler bluffed. They were pitching out, but he stays put. Took about 2 or 3 steps and then just stopped.
Well, they guessed earlier on a pitch out with this guy at the plate on base. They guessed right. They just didn't execute the throw. The throw was a little high, and he beats the wrap into second base.
Andrus hits that one to right near the line, and it's a fair ball.
Oh, boy.
Kinsler will go to 3rd. And the Rangers now will put runners at the corners with 1 out. And Elvis Andrus, with 2 strikes, manages to pick up his 3rd hit tonight.
You talk about pushing the ball that way, and that's all he was trying to do. I mean, that pitch is upstairs. That's incredible. He got up on top of another pitch earlier for a base hit, and this one just floats in there and stays fair, so they 1st and 3rd him right now. What a great job of hitting the baseball there. They have 10 hits as a team, and Maniac is coming out.
And that'll be the end of the night for Justin Masterson. The call to the bullpen brought to you by Verizon 4G LTE. Rule the air on the most advanced 4G network in the world as Tony Sipp will enter. Not a bad night for Justin Masterson through 104 pitches, but his night is over. We'll tell you about Tony Sipp when we come back. Add on to the 2-1 lead as Tony Sipp enters the game.
Well, he's got his work cut out for him now. Runners at the corners, and he's facing Hamilton. Sipp on for the 24th time. 2-0 record. Has done a beautiful job this year. 17 punch-outs in his 23 1/3 innings. There's 7 walks. But boy, that was, Elvis Andrus on that pitch right there to go first and third. They have really made a conscious effort today of staying inside the baseball off Masterson, who gave up 10 hits. 7 punch-outs in his 6 1/3. And the only mistake this guy, in the month of April, when he won all his ball games, he had a 655 run support average. In the month of May, 089. They weren't even getting him a run. So that's the big difference in his season to this point.
Well, there you
but
go.
He's kept him in a ball game and pitched a dandy.
Now, Justin, a good job tonight against a very tough lineup. So here's Josh Hamilton against Tony Sipp. Josh 2 for 3 tonight. And Sipp will make sure that Andrews stays close at first.
I want to send along the rest of our birthday wishes. Teddy Walsh, birthday tonight out on the West Coast. We want to wish him a happy birthday.
Left-handers this year against Tony Sipp are just 1 for 28.
This is a guy, too, at first base that he can read left-handers' moves. He stole off Rafael Perez last night and made it look easy. So you may want to save something in the bag for him.
Foul ball for Josh Hamilton. He's only seen Tony Sipp twice. He's 0 for 1. He has a walk. So he's seen him a couple of times. But Josh Hamilton, since he's come off that disabled list, has really been hitting the baseball.
Well, you're playing catch-up. You know, when you missed as much time as he's missed, it's not easy to step right in and think you're not going to miss a beat. It's going to take you a while to get back into the swing of things. And he will eventually get there. And when he does, that offense will start taking off.
That one popped foul. Santana will give it a look, but it's out of play.
You know, when you talk about him getting back into the swing of things, we talked about Nelson Cruz as well, who's been injured. They're starting to get back and get healthy. I mean, look, they have 10 hits tonight, but they only have put 2 on the board to this point. And the way Ogando's pitching, it is imperative you hold him right here.
And Tony Sipp is ahead of Josh Hamilton, 0-2. One out with runners at the corners. Another very tough hitter on deck in Michael Young. And Hamilton laces that one to right field. Chu taking a look at it, and it's gone. A 3-run home run for Josh Hamilton. And now it's 5-1 Texas as Hamilton drives that 0-2 pitch out of here.
Got out in a hurry, didn't it? A 3-pointer for Hamilton. And it makes it a 5-1 ball game. You watch. That ball is a fastball up and in. And I mean, he turned on it and it got out of here in a hurry. His 3rd hit of the night, and it's a big one.
We scattered our cameraman, Joe Gamalo, over there.
Well, it's only his 2nd home run, but it's a 3-pointer. Only the 2nd 3-run home run given up by the Indians pitching this year. 3rd.
So Josh Hamilton gives the Rangers a 4-run lead. And a look at dejection, obviously, on the face of Justin Masterson, who didn't pitch that badly tonight, Rick, as we talked about, but in line for the loss.
Well, they keep coming at you.
Two and 1 now to Michael Young. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Does have an RBI, picked up his 37th ribby back in the 3rd inning on a fielder's choice. So 5-1 Texas. Young hits that one high in the air to right field. Chu drifting over. 2 outs here in the 7th inning.
Well, when you look at the location of Tony Sipp's pitch to Hamilton, watch, they want it down and away, off the plate. Where does it go? Up. Middle third. And boy, you can see the quickness of the bat of Hamilton. And that was a line drive. Sipp was hoping that ball stayed in the ballpark, but it didn't. It got out in a hurry.
And also the 3rd hit of the night for Josh Hamilton, as he has the single, double, and home run. Now Adrian Beltre, who's 2 for 3 tonight. And it's 1-1 here to Beltre. Well, the thing is, you take a look at this Rangers lineup. The middle portion is deadly with Hamilton, Young, and Beltre. But just behind them, you've got Cruz and Moreland, who's on fire. And ahead of that, you've got Kinsler and Andrews, who started off.
So what are you saying? They're pretty tough, right?
Yeah.
They're stacked.
I mean, they bookend the meat of that order like not many lineups can in Major League Baseball.
Well, you have to continue to make quality pitches. And, you don't want to get in too many hitters' counts with those guys. But they've done a nice job with 2 outs tonight, swinging the bats.
Beltre hits that one to right center, and Chu can't find it. It falls. That's going to go as a double. So Brantley and Chu, neither one could see it.
That's the twilight.
Yep.
He lost it up in the sky. That's a gift hit, and normally when you do that, look at Brantley doesn't see it. He's looking for Chu. Chu's looking at him, and I'm telling you, there's nothing more. That's a helpless feeling. When you're looking over to your partner and you say, I don't see it, he doesn't see it. It's that time of day, summertime. 8:45 and 9 o'clock, and you can see it just drops. There's not much you can do.
So a gift double for Adrian Beltre, his 14th double of the year, his 3rd hit tonight. And now he's in scoring position for Nelson Cruz.
The only thing you can do is hopefully your infielders help you and point out there. Oh, boy.
Again to right center field. This one hit, though, much further. It's gone. A 2-run homer for Nelson Cruz. The Rangers have put up 5 here in the 7th inning on a 3-run homer by Hamilton, a 2-run shot by Cruz, and they now lead it 7-1.
Well, look at this, going to right center field. You talk about getting out another fastball out over the plate. Boy, and Cruz loves to go that way. Those guys swing the bats and go that way so well because that's where the ball carries in their home ballpark is to right center field.
So Texas has opened it up now. It's 7-1. With 5 runs home here in the 7th, and they've used the long ball to do it. Nelson Cruz, his 11th homer this year. Another guy that spent time on the disabled list, but keeps popping them out.
Well, the Indians, that's been their problem in their last 9 games. They have 10 innings where they have allowed 3 or more runs, this being a 5-run inning. When you look at their first 46 games, only 15 times did they allow 3 runs or more in an inning. That's how good the pitching was. But in the recent past, it has been much, much more.
So now Mitch Moreland with an 0-2 count. 2 outs and nobody on here in the 7th inning, but the damage done. 5 runs in for the Rangers. Another pop-up straight back. Santana gives it a look, but it's out of play. So the Rangers this inning, 5 runs on 4 hits and a walk. And again, the 0-2 to Moreland. And a swing and a miss. So a strikeout for Tony Sipp, his first tonight. The 8th for Indians pitching. But the Rangers get 5, and they now lead at 7-1. Time now for the Cleveland Clinic's 7th inning stretch. Indians fans, get up and move it. Panini's, 18 locations in Northeast Ohio. Visit paninisgrill.com for a location near you. As you get a look in from our Panini cam, high atop the ballpark here from right field. Rangers, though, with 7 runs in the top half of this 7th inning, and they lead at 7-1. So the Tribe has their work cut out for them now. And it'll be hitters 5, 6, and 7 against Alexei Ogando, who hasn't thrown more than 20 pitches in any one inning tonight. He's thrown 74 total, and 53 of those for strikes.
Yeah, he's been very impressive on how he pounds the strike zone, and he comes at hitters. I mean, not just with his fastball. After they got 2 base hits on fastballs to lead that last inning off, he came back with a changeup. He got the double play ball, and he continued to mix his off-speed pitches, and he throws them for strikes as well early in the count. So this guy is the real deal, man.
Well, he's on his way to being 6-0 this year. Sizemore with an 0-1 count. Grady tonight, 1 for 1. He walked back in the 4th inning. Had an infield single in the 2nd. Game 2 of a 4-game series here tonight. Game 3 between the Tribe and Rangers tomorrow night, 7:05. We'll get you started with Indians on deck at 6:30. 2-2 as Sizemore's able to lay off. And we saw, Rick, the last inning, 3rd time through. These Indians hitters now have a better idea, at least, of what Ogando is throwing.
Up his fastball. So now that 3rd time through as a pitcher, if you're going to be a starter, you have to mix it up. You've got to prove you can go to other pitches for strikes, and he has done that.
And he strikes out Grady Sizemore.
Came back with a changeup to get him.
6th strikeout tonight for Ogando. 1 down here in the 7th inning.
I mean, you know, when somebody's geared on it and you're throwing 95 and they say, okay, we're finally going to catch it. Look at that, knee high on the outside corner, changeup. And Grady, I don't think, saw a fastball in that situation. A lot of off-speed pitches, break a ball, and a changeup he goes down on.
1 away for Orlando Cabrera. He's 0 for 2 tonight. 96 on that last fastball for Ogando, so he's showing no signs of slowing down here either. 2-1 here to Orlando Cabrera. He tries to get something started for the Tribe, who now is down by 6. 7 runs on 13 hits for the Rangers, 1 run on 4 hits for the Tribe. Cabrera pops that one up between first and home. Moreland calling for it, and he'll make the catch in foul ground. 2 outs. Let's take a look now at our Miller Taste Greatness moment. We'll go back to 1993 in this Texas Cleveland series at Old Municipal Stadium.
Boink.
Carlos Martinez, the homer.
Oh, God, I remember that. That was beautiful. I remember that. That was great.
That's tonight's Miller Taste Greatness moment.
And you were right on that date, too, pal. You had it covered.
I was an intern at the time, back in the old Channel 43 sports department. Remember that night it happened. It just never gets old, too. The look on his face, too. He just couldn't believe that he missed the ball and it hit his head and went over. Here's Travis Buck, 1-1 the count now. He bats here with 2 outs and nobody on in the 7th inning. And now 1-2 to Travis Buck. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Tribe and Rangers again tomorrow night at 7:05. The pitching matchup for that one, Carmona against Holland at 7:05. And this series will wrap up on Sunday. Talbot against C.J. Wilson at 1:05. Here's Fausto as he'll take the hill tomorrow night. Fausto 3-6 on the year, a 5.31 ERA. Here's the 1-2. The fans have broken out the wave here. Progressive Field.
Well, they haven't had a whole lot to get excited about offensively tonight.
Buck gets a piece to stay alive. Alexei Ogando about to throw his 90th pitch. And the count goes full here to Travis Buck. Rick, when a guy's going as good as Ogando is tonight, is there anything different you can do as a batter that could maybe get him out of the rhythm?
Not really. If you get a pitch to hit, don't foul it off.
Yeah.
He's on his game, man. This guy he's throwing the ball well. Not many balls have been hit hard all night. He's changing speeds. He's throwing 3 different pitches for strikes. There's not much you can do.
And Buck a grounder to first. Moreland, nice short hop play. He'll take it himself. Indians go 3 up, 3 down here in the 7th inning. We'll go to the 8th. 7-1 Texas. 7-1 the score. The Rangers in the lead. Time now for a new pitcher. Third one of the night for the Tribe, and it's right-hander Chad Durbin. Durbin with his 22nd appearance of the year. He'll see hitters 1, 2, and 3 in the Texas order. Kinsler, Andrus, and Hamilton. Kinsler, a walk and a run scored his last time up. He came home on the Josh Hamilton homer. 0 for 3 overall. And this is rather Mike Napoli for 8, 9, and 1. I beg your pardon. Look at the wrong side of my score sheet here.
It's okay. They've sent
8 to the plate.
8 guys to the plate last inning. They had a big inning, a 3-run homer, 2-run homer.
Mike Napoli 1 for 3. Singled in the second inning. And a hard shot grounded to third just past Adam Everett and down towards the corner. Napoli around first. He'll head to second base in easily with a stand-up double to begin the 8th inning for Texas. And a lot of extra base hits tonight for the Rangers. And let's take a look at tonight's box score, brought to you by your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers. Introducing the Hyundai Assurance Trade-In Value Guarantee. As we look at this card, boy, as I said, plenty of extra base hits.
3 guys with 3 hits apiece. You got Mike Napoli now. He has a pair. They have 5 extra base hits and 3 doubles and 2 homers. And this is deep, man. This is a deep lineup.
So now Endy Chavez to the plate. He's 1 for 3. So the Rangers with 14 more hits tonight. Endy Chavez here, signed by the Mets in 1996 as a free agent from Venezuela. There's Napoli at second. Timeout called at the plate. Two and 2 here to Endy Chavez. Detroit Tigers, the Indians' closest pursuer in the AL Central. They entered play tonight 4.5 back in the 4th inning in Chicago. The White Sox lead the Tigers 1-0. Also in the AL Central, Minnesota up 3-0 on Kansas City in the 4th at Kauffman Stadium. Full count now to Chavez. And he hits that one to right. It's in for a base hit. Napoli had a hold up to make sure it landed in front of Chu, so he'll stop at third. And the Rangers again have something going. Runners at the corners, nobody out here in the 8th inning.
But this kid, 6 hits in the first 2 games.
And let's go back to the SDO studios. Get an in-game update from Dave Chudowski. Dave.
All right, Al, thanks. You just mentioned that Minnesota-Kansas City score. Here's how we got to that point. Danny Duffy meet Michael Kadire. Kadire gone. Solo shot in the 3rd to make it 3-0. And that's the score right now. Back to you.
All right, Dave, thanks. So Michael Kadire going yard at Kauffman Stadium. Minnesota got some bad news yesterday when they found out that Jim Thome and Jason Kubel both had to go on the disabled list.
They've had nothing but bad news all year as far as guys going on the DL there.
They have 8 players on the DL.
Yeah, they're coming here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
There's Ian Kinsler now, 0 for 3 tonight. Walked and scored in the 7th. A 1-1 count. With runners at the corners, nobody out. Top of the 8th, 7-1. Texas in the lead. They put 5 on the board last inning with a 3-run homer by Hamilton and a 2-run shot by Nelson Cruz. Here's a look at the runners. Napoli at third, Chavez at first. And a ground ball to third, and it is a foul ball. Almost
came back is right. That ball had some spin to it, and Everett stayed right there, and Napoli went back almost in fair territory. If it hits him, he's out. Watch this ball come back. He's going back in fair territory. Now, look, if that comes back and hits him, he would have been out. Awfully close. Oh, close, because Everett tagged him. That had some weird spin to it.
It definitely did. Full count to Kinsler. Chad Durbin facing his third batter here in the 8th inning. There goes the runner. And the pitch is inside for ball 4. So Kinsler walks for the second straight time, and now Texas loads the bases with nobody out here in the 8th inning. And Carlos Santana will have a chat with Chad Durbin. So Elvis Andrus will come to the plate. He has 3 hits tonight, all singles. He's 3 for 4, stole his 19th base to tie him for the American League lead with Jacoby Ellsbury back in the 5th inning. And he takes a strike from Chad Durbin. And a hard hit ball fair inside the line. That'll go down to the corner and score at least 2. Kinsler is hustling around third base. They'll send him in. And it's a bases clearing double for Elvis Andrus. And Texas takes a 10-1 lead.
Taking no prisoners now. Well, they're just letting it fly. This guy, you pitch him inside, he turns on it. You pitch him away, he goes the other way. Remember his last hit, he just pushed it off the other way into right field. Now you try and throw something by him inside, and he's quick enough to turn on it down the line. That's another extra base hit. It'll go as their 4th double. He will get 3 RBIs, 4 hits on the night, 24 ribbies on the year. And this is a rout right now.
So 10-1. As Michael Young hits that one to short, and throw not in time. Well, that was Josh Hamilton. Another infield single for him. Rather pinch. Yeah, hold on a minute. So I thought that was a right-handed bat. Craig Gentry pinch hit.
Well, he hustled too going down the line.
So Craig Gentry, a pinch hitter. That's what I get for looking down at my scorecard. Seventeenth hit of the night for the Rangers. Still nobody out here in the 8th inning with runners at first and second for Michael Young. Now this one was a close ball game until last inning. It's 2-1 going into the 7th.
Yeah,
Rangers scored 5 in the 7th and 3 home here in the 8th.
Unfortunately, we have to play 9 at 9 innings here. And they just continued to hit. You've got 4 hits by Elvis Andrus. Hamilton had 3, and of course Beltre had 3. A couple of guys with 2. The only one without a hit in the ball game is Michael Young. And that doesn't happen too often.
No.
This guy's a hit machine.
He got his 37th RBI back in the 3rd inning on a fielder's choice. Two and two now to Michael Young. And only he and Kinsler don't have base hits tonight. Kinsler has walked twice and scored 2 runs. There's a look at the runners on the bases. Still nobody out here in the 8th inning. 3 runs home for the Rangers, and they lead at 10-1. And a swing and a miss. So Michael Young is down on strikes for the first out here of the 8th inning. It's the 9th strikeout for Indians pitching tonight, the first for Chad Durbin. And now Adrian Beltre to the plate with 2 on and 1 out. Beltre with 3 hits tonight, a couple of singles and a double. One and one now to Adrian Beltre. Well, you add a guy like this in the offseason who has come through for you this year, and then you still keep your keys from last year, and Michael Young has a year like he's hitting. It's been a great season for Texas so far offensively. And how about a great double play turn there as dribble to Orlando to Laporta. 6-4-3. Rangers done here in the 8th. They get 3 more, though, and they lead it 10-1. So Alexi Ogando has been firing him up there for the Rangers tonight, and the Rangers offense 8 runs in the last 2 innings. Some changes. Andy Chavez moves over to left field for Texas, and Craig Gentry will play center. He pinch hit for Josh Hamilton in the top half of this inning. For the Indians, hitters 8, 9, and 1. Laporta, Everett, and Brantley. They try to get something going tonight against Ogando here in the 8th inning. Laporta 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Rangers with 10 runs on 17 hits. Indians just 1 run on 4 hits tonight.
Well, this guy has been he has been outstanding. Alexi Ogando looking to go to 6-0. You know, and he made it a good ball game when it was 2-1. And then all of a sudden the floodgates open. They've scored 8 in the last 2 innings.
Well, Laporta hit that ball well, but he's out on the line out to right, so 1 away. The Gathering Place supports, educates, and empowers individuals and families touched by cancer. For every Indians home run this year, Matt and Rick will each donate $5 to the Gathering Place, while Great Clips donates $50. Our total so far this season, $3,240. For more information, visit touchedbycancer.org. Great needs, great deeds, great clips. Adam Everett 0 for 2 tonight. And with a couple of ground outs. Did not go on the appeal to Eric Cooper at first base. Starter for Jack Hanahan, who was originally in the starting lineup but had some leg stiffness, so he's a scratch. 3-0 now to Everett. Everett's got some time this year too, Rick. At all three, he's been a true utility guy, third, short, and second.
Well, and actually the only guy you can actually put in at shortstop if you ever give Asdrubal a day off. But he hasn't played much there with the kind of year that Asdrubal's having. He's played, second base and given Orlando some time off, and certainly at third against some left-handers.
He hits that one hard to center field, but cruising over and making the catch is Craig Gentry. And 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Hey, sign up for the July 11th Red Cross Cup, supporting the American Red Cross of Greater Cleveland. You'll play golf at historic Canterbury Golf Club for a great cause. And all funds raised will remain in the Greater Cleveland area. Sign up now at Red Cross Cup. Two outs now for Michael Brantley. Brantley 1 for 3 tonight, singled and scored the Indians' only run back in the 6th inning. And he hits that one hard, but Ian Kinsler will gobble it up and throw him out. So the Indians 3 up, 3 down in the 8th. We go to the 9th, 10-1 Texas. It's 10-1. Texas has the lead, and the Indians send their 4th pitcher to the hill tonight, right-hander Frank Herman.
Well, yeah, you've got to just get through this ball game. They have damaged everybody that's been out on the mound. Frank coming on for the 10th time this year. Let's see, he's going to be facing scheduled hitters: Cruz, Moreland, Napoli.
Texas with 10 runs on 17 hits tonight. Look at the fans there, 27,458 tonight's attendance. Cruz first pitch swinging, hits it high in the air to right center. Brantley and Chu both there. It'll be Chu for the first out. And don't forget to stick around after the ball game tonight for the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care post-game show. We'll have highlights from this game, also analysis, plus highlights from around Major League Baseball with Dave Chudowski. So make sure that you stay tuned for the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care post-game show immediately following tonight's game. And then after that, catch Chuck Galletti and Chuck's Last Call Also live here at Progressive Field. Here's Mitch Moreland. 1 out and nobody on in the ninth. Moreland 1 for 4 tonight. One and one here to the Rangers' first baseman, who's made a couple of nice picks on ground balls tonight defensively. And Frank Herman gets ahead of him. 1 and 2. Frank from Harvard. Talked to him last year when he first came up, Rick, and he said that, yeah, raised a few eyebrows with that degree there when he said he was going to go play pro baseball among his friends. That's worked out for him.
Yes, it has.
Tribe signed him back in 2005. One and two here to Mitch Moreland. It's that one on the ground and through to right field for a base hit. Rangers' 18th hit tonight. So he's aboard with 1 out in the ninth. Now Mike Napoli, who's 2 for 4 tonight, doubled and scored his last time up. And you look at this Ranger lineup, Rick, and you look at the bottom portion of it. Napoli's got 10 homers. Moreland in front of him has 7. And then the 6 hole is Nelson Cruz, who hit his 11th home run tonight.
Yeah.
So hitters 6, 7, and 8. You've got 11, 7, and 10 home runs here as we begin June.
It's going to happen when you get Hamilton going, hitting a long ball. He hit his second tonight. Well, and the Indians, this is just a tough team that they match up against. They have a tough time beating the Rangers.
Strikeout there for Herman. That's his first, team's 10th. 2 outs here in the ninth inning. Now the Indians have now lost, coming into tonight, 13 of their last 16 against the Rangers, going back to the beginning of the 09 season.
Right. They still have 2 trips to go to Texas. One will be in August, one will be in September this year. They will play them 10 times.
Andy Chavez with a couple of hits tonight. He'll bat with 2 outs and a runner aboard. Is there anything that you can put to that sometimes it goes in cycles too, obviously, but sometimes the team just has another team's number over several seasons, not just one?
The last 2 years, the Indians weren't very good. I mean, when you think about it, their pitching was no good. They walked a lot of guys. Texas can hit. No, they matched up very well against this ball club the last 2 years. You're going to have to control and hold those bats down, and their pitching has been – they're pitching very well on the road this year as a team.
One and two now to Chavez. Well, the ballpark at Arlington, no secret here. It's not an easy park to pitch in. One of the toughest in baseball.
Yeah, and I mean, it seems like the wind's always blowing there. The ball always carries there. It's not a fun place. I wouldn't want to pitch there.
Santana blocks that one, but still give time to get down to second base for Moreland. Well, they had a tough time pitching at the old ballpark, too, that former His first winter that you played in.
Well, the wind used to blow in from right field. It was tough to hit a home run to right field as a left-handed hitter.
That one popped foul, out of play.
Jeff Burrows, it drove nuts. Tom Grieve, who does their television, you know, he played there. Over there with Toby Harrah, Mike Hargrove, Ferguson Jenkins used to pitch there. I mean, they had a lot of great ball players, but it was tough to hit in that ballpark. The one they have now, the ball just flies out of there.
Yeah. 2-2 here to Chavez. Fouls another one off. Texas trying to take the first two games of this 4-game series. Game 3 tomorrow night, 7:05. Game 4 and the finale on Sunday at 1:05. Both games right here on Sports Time Ohio. Indians on deck begins a half hour before both of them. As Chavez is just wearing out Herman here with the foul balls. And you look at this American League West, the Rangers a game and a half up coming into tonight. It seems just about everybody in that division is still in it here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's going to be wide open. That's a good division as far as pitching goes.
3-2 to Chavez. Even the Seattle Mariners, who back in April looked like they weren't going to be anywhere near.
No.
They're right there again.
Yes, you're right. Seattle's they're into the thick of things out there. They're in second place, a game and a half coming into tonight's game behind Texas.
And there's a base hit for Chavez up the middle.
This kid, they can't throw him anything. You better tell him what's coming.
His third hit of the night, tack an RBI onto that as well as Mitch Moreland scores. And now it's 11-1 Texas.
He kept falling off pitch after pitch until he gets one he likes. And he now has 7 hits in the first 2 games of this series. Texas with 19 on the day.
And Chavez 4 for 4 last night, 3 for 5 tonight. He now has his batting average up to .435. Obviously in limited duty. He's on fire right now. Here's Kinsler. 0 for 3 with a couple of walks. (0-2) now to Ian Kinsler. Now, if there is a bright spot you can take from tonight's game, 10 strikeouts for Indians pitching. That one just off the outside corner. Ian Kinsler, the 17th round selection for Texas back in 2003 out of the University of Missouri. He's really paid off. Two and two now. Pop-up will stay in play in short right field. Chu coming out. He'll make the catch, and the Rangers retired here in the 9th inning. They add another run. They're up 11-1 as we head to the bottom of the 9th. 1 Texas, and Ogando's night is finally finished after 8 innings. Another great outing, in line to get his 6th win, and Yoshinori Tateyama is in for Texas.
For the 15th time. You can see the season down at AAA Round Rock. 2.14 ERA in his 21 innings. 17 hits, 26 punch-outs. Coming on to get some work in. What a game it was by Alexi Ogando, I should say. As Cabrera comes in, he's half the hits for the Indians. 2 out of the 4 hits have come off the bat of Asdrubal.
So it'll be Asdrubal, Cabrera, Shin-Soo Choo, and Carlos Santana, the scheduled hitters here in the 9th. As the Tribe tries to put a little offense together here on fireworks night. 1-0 to Asdrubal. I know you and Matt have talked about it, and we've talked about it in the pregame as well. What Cabrera is doing this year, and he's finally healthy. He was never really 100% all of last year, but hitting the ball, fielding the ball, but especially at the plate and in clutch situations, Rick. And this guy's as good as they come this year.
Well, he is. He's been by far the best player the Indians have had day in and day out. And, you know, he's maturing. He's turning into an outstanding major league player.
Two and 1 the count here. And Cabrera hits that one high and deep to right. This one is on its way. It's gone. Home run for Asdrubal Cabrera, his 11th of the year.
Well, that didn't take him long. He has 3 hits. This home run replay will be brought to you by Great Clips. Great needs, great deeds, Great Clips. The 11th home run for Cabrera. Makes it an 11-2 game, and look at that. Out over the plate. He knew it as soon as he hit it. The most home runs he's ever hit before was 6. So he's, locked in. You talk about doing it from both sides of the plate. 11-2 ball game.
Now Choo against Tateyama. It's over for a strike, and Asdrubal Cabrera talked about how Orlando Cabrera told him this year coming in. Said when you get into a hitter's count, when it's 3-1, 2-0, take a good swing at it. You've got the ability. Why not? What do you have to lose? And he's taken that advice to heart and has 11 homers already.
Well, it's a good thing he listened, huh?
Oh, 2 now to Choo. Choo 0 for 3, trying to extend an 8-game hitting streak. He fights that one off. AL Central, Chicago and Detroit. In Chicago tonight, White Sox up by a run right now in the 5th inning, 4-3. And Choo hits that one on the ground to second. Kinsler gets over there in the hole and makes the play. 1 out. So now Carlos Santana, who's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Tateyama was saying something to his catcher.
He's saying, don't worry about it here. Just throw the fastball. Let's go. It's 11-2. Oh, make that a breaking ball.
So 0-1 to Santana. Indians will try again tomorrow night against Texas, 7:05. Game 3 of this 4-game set. And Game 3 of a 7-game homestand tomorrow night. The Minnesota Twins will come to town Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. There's Fausto. No, he's staying with that slow stuff, Rick.
Well, I don't know what that pitch was, but it's 71 miles per hour.
Two and two here to Carlos Santana with 1 out in the 9th. That one fouled straight back. We'll stay at 2 and 2. Also in the AL Central, Minnesota up on Kansas City now 3-2. They're also in the 5th inning at Kauffman Stadium. Indians entered play tonight 4.5 up on Detroit in the AL Central. Best record in the American League. Santana checks his swing in time, says third base umpire Mark Carlson. Indians at 33-21 entering play tonight. And strike 3 called on the breaking ball. 7th strikeout for Rangers pitching. And 2 outs here in the 9th inning for Grady Sizemore. Again, a reminder to stay tuned for the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show. Coming up next, following that, Chuck Galletti, Chuck's Last Call here on Sports Time Ohio tonight. Stay with us. Sizemore tonight, 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, and a strikeout. He takes ball 1 from Tateyama. Two and 0 now to Grady. White Sox just added another run against Detroit, so they're up 5-3 on the Tigers now, still in the 5th inning in Chicago. Two and 1 to Sizemore. Now 2 and 2. Tateyama on in relief. Ogando stands to win his 6th victory. Make him 6-0 on the season. Another 8 innings strong tonight for Ogando, as he has done a phenomenal job this year for the Rangers. ERA hovering around 2, just above it. And strike 3 to Grady Sizemore. That's the final out of the ball game. The 8th strikeout tonight for Rangers pitching, the 2nd for Tateyama. And Texas has an easy win tonight. 11-2 is the final score. Ogando the winner as he improves to 6-0 on the season. So the Rangers take the first 2 games of this 4-game series. Game 3 tomorrow night, 7:05. Time now for tonight's play of the game, brought to you by KeyBank. Thank you for making KeyBank the #1 bank in Northeast Ohio.
Well, it's the one that broke it open. A sip, they wanted the fastball away. He throws a fastball up middle of the plate, and Hamilton jumps all over it. And that was a 3-run homer. At that point, it was a 2-1 ball game. That 3 runs made it a 5-1 ball game, and the rout began right from that point on. So that is going to be our KeyBank key play of the game, the Josh Hamilton 3-run home run, his 2nd of the year.
And indeed it was a key play for the Rangers as they made it 5-1 and then go on to win tonight by a final of 11-2. Stay tuned. Coming up next, the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show. Indians highlights and analysis. Also highlights from around the majors. Stay tuned.